She in her mood. She lit. Get money too. Like damn, she in her mood. In the mirror, I'm doing my dance. Ain't packing out nobody's pants.
Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be styling one of my bob units. I call this unit the So Classy unit, honestly, because it's short and cute, and then it has like a little razzle dazzle in the bang. So this is a deep side part wig, a closure unit. This is a 5x5, but I place it strategically so when you put it on your head, it's going to be all the way by the ear part, and it's going to give frontal, but it's really closure. So that's why I'm parting right here, because this is where it's going to be like the start of my bang. So you can make a part maybe about 1 to 2 inches over, just so you know you're covering the wefts on this side of the part on the closure right there. You're really going to need your hot comb real bad when it comes down to doing this wig, because you want to make sure you get everything flat, and also make sure you're using your products as well. This part that I'm combing down, or hot combing down, is the part that I'm going to have going behind, tucked behind your ear. I'm going to have 2 baby hairs, and then the rest of it is going to have that look like it's going to be tucked behind your ear. I'm going to insert a video right now, I think, to show y'all what I'm talking about and how you're supposed to lay it. So this is what the unit is looking like on. You see what I mean when I say tuck behind the ear? You're going to have the 2 baby hairs, and then you're going to have that part like pushed back behind the ear. So I'm just going to be molding and shaping my closure to how I want to get it to before I start plucking. So I'm going to be parting out this piece of hair right here, because this front part is going to be my baby hairs. No, I'm not going to be using all of that hair for my baby hairs, but I part this part out just so I can kind of see and get a feel for how I'm going to lay the baby hairs down and how I'm going to pluck it. But y'all going to see soon what I mean. And I would like to say again, make sure you're using your product and your hot comb. This hair is going to be going to the back, like behind your ear, so you want to make sure that it's 100% flat. That's why you see me going in with so much wax stick. No, it's not going to weigh the wig down, but it's just going to put enough product on there to make sure when you hot comb it back that it's not going to be moving, and it's going to be extremely flat. Also, work in sections. Don't just hot comb just the big piece back, and think that it's going to be laid. No, part out in sections, use your product, and use your hot comb. But now you see me going in to plug. I'm going to plug this way because I know that the baby hairs, obviously it's going to be a baby hair right there, and then it's going to be a baby hair at the bottom. But like I said, I want to go out and thin out this whole section just to make sure whenever I push the hairs back that's not in the baby hairs, it's going to be, giving very much scalp as well. But just continue to watch, and you're going to see how this plays out and how this going to work out real nice. Okay, so I've done the majority of plucking and pushing the hair back. You remember I told y'all that I was not going to use that entire piece of hair for baby hair. It was not going to look right. But I just pulled out the 2.5 inches of hair out just so I can pluck and make sure that it's kind of thin, not thin, but make sure it's not too thick. Just like I'm going back through in my baby hairs, just to thin those out a little bit, because you don't want no really big baby hairs. And another thing too, I always part out the front or the top by the part out just to make sure I don't over pluck in that area. You see me doing it here now, but I'm just gonna pluck that baby hair so I feel like it's thin enough, and then I'm gonna move down to the bottom baby hair and do the same thing. I'm going to cut that seam off of the closure because it's gonna supposed to be a frontal effect, and you don't want that big seam just sitting there on the side. So we're gonna cut that piece off. This is why it's important to cut that extra piece off of the closure. Look how seamless it is. And then look, this is the part that's gonna be going behind your ear, and you don't want that thick seam on the side to be sitting there. So I go ahead and cut that extra part off for you so you don't have to worry about that. So I'm just going back in, cleaning up all the extra hairs. I'm going to go in and cut the baby hair. Now, I'm not going to cut it too short because I still want the tail end of the baby hair to swoop back into the back of the closure part that's going behind your ear so it can have a seamless look. As you see, I'm going in with my small flat irons to give the baby hairs just a little bit of curve because I'm not even gonna lie, it helps me a lot when I'm um, doing my baby hair. So I'm going to be putting some of my liquid gel on top of the baby hair first, and then I'm going to be taking a styling foam. I think it's by Salon Request, I believe. I get it by a distributor who goes around selling professional products, but you can also use Nairobi too. That's my favorite as well, but I've been rocking with this new foam and I really love it. So I'm just going to be going in, fixing my baby hairs up to how I like them. Again, you don't want to like swoop it too big, because you don't want just a really big baby hair. But you just also, you see I'm going in with my Nairobi now. I did use the other one first. But you don't want the baby hairs too big. But I'm just going to be going in, playing around with the baby hairs, using a lot of product, which is the foam, just to make sure that I can get it slicked down and molded down to how I want it to, go down. But I did the bottom baby hair, but I went back up and fixed the top baby hair because it was just something that wasn't given to me. But I'm just going to go in and mold the baby hair. Use a lot of product. You can use your finger, do anything you can, to swoop the baby hair and make sure that it's perfect. But what also helps mold the baby hair is that liquid gel or some type of gel. You can use got to be glue gel. It just gives it like the firmness behind it. If you were to just use the foam by itself, it'll give a soft set. It's nothing wrong with the baby hair being soft, but I feel like for this style, I don't want it too hard, but I just want to make sure that the baby hair is firm enough that it does not move. So I'm just going back in, playing with the baby hair. Again, y'all, make sure that it's as best as you can get it. Make sure that you land everything flat. You see I'm putting foam like on the back part that's going to be pushed behind your ear, because I want that to be extremely flat. Again, it's supposed to give that frontal effect like you got a frontal, but it's a 5x5 lace closure. Make sure that this is extremely flat. I believe I was spraying some sprigs or something maybe on top of it. I'm really not too sure, but I'm going to go in with some black strips and then sit it underneath the dryer for maybe about 25-30 minutes. So this is how it's looking coming underneath the dryer, but I'm going right in and I'm cutting my bob. Look at that, y'all. Let's admire the lace right quick. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I did not have a clip with me just showing what the lace looked like before I jumped into cutting. Sorry, y'all, but I cut all my bobs with my trimmers, my peanut clippers. I love so much. Love them so much. It's a precise cut. It's gonna get everything better than shears if you ask me. But just make sure you go around and just cut the bob evenly. And how I make sure my bob is even, I go in maybe on the second line of the bottom of the mannequin head, and I cut against that second line all the way across to make sure that my bob is even. So you see, by the time I get around to the other side, that part is evening out because I cut on that second line all the way across. And make sure too, when you cutting your bobs, to lean the bob all the way forward to make sure that you got every single piece of hair. Cut those stacks and those layers that's underneath that bob. Please tilt that bob forward and cut that excess hair. Okay, y'all, so I'm finished with the cut, and this is what it's giving. Very much bob, very much frontal illusion, very much laying flat, very much giving. I love, love, love doing this bob, y'all, but I always part out my front bang and I cut. For some odd reason, it cut out the part where I started, to cut and get my guidelines. So to start my layers, I take a thin piece at the very front, hold it straight up and cut maybe about 2.5 inches off, and then I grab the other pieces in sections, and then I hold it at like a 90-degree angle and cut, because I still want that length and that fullness at the bottom, but it's gonna also cut and give it that layer as well. So I'm just going to be going through, bumping the hair, giving it a very light bump. I'm going to be going in sections. I'm going to be taking slices and then taking those sections and then bumping it, because I want to make sure I get every single piece of hair and have it bumped and silked out very nicely. Every single piece I use my Sebastian shaper. It's not the extreme hold, it's just the regular hold. When I'm flat ironing or doing any of those type of bob styles, I just use the regular one. So when you work in sections, this is how it's going to come out looking: extremely flat, extremely silky, extremely fine. But I don't know what's going on. I keep losing certain footages, y'all. But I had already went in and curled some of the bangs. So I'm going to be taking my spritz, and then I'm going to be taking my T3 flat iron or curling ironer. I think it's like I'm really not sure what inches it is, to be honest. But I'm going to take that and I'm going to hold the hair in there for like 10 seconds. And when I'm done, I'm gonna kind of like comb the hair back and shape it and get it to kind of like how I want it to lay a little bit. So we're done curling. Of course, we're gonna go in and comb the curls out. The curl at the very top, I think I curled it a little too high, so I'm going to be going in with my small tooth comb and then going in with the high comb as well, just to mold that down, because you don't want that part of hair just sticking up. But this is for a customer, and I don't really comb out my curls a lot when I'm sending it to a customer, because I want to make sure that when they get it out the box, they're able to like kind of play with it and comb it and shape it to their face, and I don't want to comb all the curls out. So at this point, I'm really just going through, making sure that everything is laying flat, everything is neat and in its place. Like I said, make sure the curls are good before I get it combed up. But I'm going to put it on the mannequin head next so y'all can see what it looks like there. But I'm going to take my comb and slide it underneath the closure, because I use that styling gel and I want to make sure that I don't rip the lace. But this is what it looks like on the mannequin. Super duper cute. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.